Hello everybody, in this video we're going to talk about how to find the volume of a prism. So first of all, what is volume? It says the number of cubic units contained in a solid's interior. So that's what we're talking about with volume. And typically we have to multiply three things together, or three numbers together, and that is length, width, and height. Now, depending on what our shape is, we could have various measures to multiply together, but we're going to see just a general formula for the the volume of a prism here in just one moment. One thing we need to talk about is Cavalieri's principle, and basically what it says is if two solids have the same height and the same cross-sectional area, so we did a video on cross-sections, I'll link that in the cards right now, at every level, then they have the same volume. So essentially what this says, we have a cube here on the left and we have a cube here on the right. The cube on the left is essentially straight up and down, right? It hasn't been tilted or turned or anything like that. And the cube on the right is just slanted a little bit. But the height of the two cubes is the same, and the cross-sectional area, which I have shaded in gray here, has the same area. So what this is saying is it doesn't matter if we slant our shape, if it's the same area and it has the base is the same and the height is the same, then it's going to have the same volume. So that brings us to the volume of a prism, which is just the area of the base times the height. And since it's area of the base, we use a capital B. So volume equals capital B times H, which is the area of the base times the height. Okay, so we're going to look at 4 examples where we find the the volume of a prism. So for number 1, we have a triangular prism, and we've got a height of 10, we've got a base of 4, and we've got another measure of 2 centimeters. So one thing we need to be careful of when we find the area of the base, we need to make sure we know what the base is. The base is going to be the side or the face of the prism that is parallel to another face, right? So here our base is actually this side right here, right? So if we color this in, because we see we have another face on the back side, okay? So our base here is a triangle. So if we find the area of the base, since the base is a triangle, the area of a triangle is 1/2 base times height. Okay, so this is going to be 1/2 times 6 times 10. So 1/2 times 60, which is equal to 30. So we're going to put that in a box for right now. This is B. Okay, now our height here is our other measure that we have, and it is going to be 2. So if H is equal to 2, then the the volume is going to be equal to B times H, which is 30 times 2. So we have a volume of 60 cubic centimeters for number 1, okay? All right, for number 2, we have a trapezoidal prism. So the area of the base here, we're going to be finding the area of a trapezoid. So our area of the base is a trapezoid this time. So for the area of a trapezoid, we're going to do 1/2 times the height of the trapezoid times the sum of the two, the top of the base and the bottom of the base. So we'll call this B1 plus B2, okay? All right, so now this is going to be equal to 1/2, and this is, the height would be 3. So 1/2 times 3, and we have 4.5 plus 6. Okay, so now we have 1/2 times 3 times 10.5, and we can go and type that in our calculator, 10.5 times 3 and times 2. So this gives us 15.75. Okay, so now we're going to do, that would be capital B. So for volume, B times H, so now we have 15.75 times 4. And that gives us 63 cubic meters. All right, number 3, we're going to look at another triangular prism. And once again, the base of our prism is a triangle. So for our area of the base, we are going to do 1/2 base times height. So 1/2 times 4 times 6, and that's going to give us 12. So we'll put a box around that, and now we're going to find our volume. So volume is base times height. Well, we just found the area of the base was 12, and our height here is 5. Okay, so we get 60 cubic centimeters. And the last one, number 4, another trapezoidal prism. So we're going to find the area of our base, which is our capital B in our volume formula. And once again, we have 1/2 times the height times the sum of our top and bottom of our base. okay? All right, so 1/2 times 4 would be our height right there, and times 12 plus 6. Okay, so 1/2 times 4 is 2, and times 18 would be 36. And now we're going to multiply to find the volume. So base times height, so we have 36, which is our area of the base, capital B, and the height of our trapezoid, which is 8, and we do 36 times 8, and we get a volume of 288 cubic centimeters. Okay, and that is how you find the volume of a prism.